sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is sure to be when we're together. Brighter than a lucky penny when you're near. The rain clouds disappear, dear, and I feel so fine just to know that you are mine. My life is sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. That's how this refrain goes. So come on, join in. Everybody, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is sure to come your way when you're in love to stay.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together. Brighter than a lucky penny when you're near. The rain cloud disappears, dear, and I feel so fine just to know that you are mine. My life is sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. That's how this refrain goes. So come on, join in. Everybody, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is sure to come your way. 'Cause you're enough, and all is here to stay.
Hello, and thank you. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for coming. We're so excited to be with you today, sharing the music and the life stories of this amazing man. And behind me, quickly, I just want to introduce to you some of the absolute best singers that I've ever heard in Columbus. So we've got Nick Lingnofsky, Ryan Stem, Nick Harden, Brooke Andres Walters, Dianisha Williams, and on piano we have Phil DuPont.
And we also have Kim Garrison Hopcraft, ladies and gentlemen.
Earlier this week, Ryan had sent me an email saying, I think there's a very interesting parallel between having an art exhibit and putting together a cabaret. You spend a lot of time living in the world of this person, and I think that you start feeling like you know him. You've learned so much about the person that they start to just feel like family to you. So that's what we're going to give you a little bit today. We're going to give you a little bit of family time with Marvin. Sunshine, Lollipops, and Rainbows, the first song that we did, was Marvin's #1 pop hit, his very first pop hit that he made famous by singer Leslie Gore. Today you're going to hear not only some of his most beautiful and well-known songs, but you're going to have a glance into his life, his passion, his story as one of America's greatest composers. You'll hear words from the composer himself as well, bits of wisdom and glimpses of his inner thoughts. He heard music in everything: the raindrops, a clock striking, someone knocking at the door. He came in with a bang. He went to the top, and he stayed there. If Marvin walked into a room with a piano in it, just wait, because something remarkable was about to happen.
Born of immigrant parents, his grandparents lost in the Holocaust, Marvin Frederick Hamlisch was a first-generation New Yorker. At 4 years old, he was declared a child prodigy, and at 6, he attended the Juilliard School of Music. Hamlisch had one ear to his classical music lessons and one ear to the world of Broadway musicals and pop music. By his 20s, he was already part of one of New York's legendary musicals. As the rehearsal pianist for the original production of Funny Girl, he instantly hit it off with Barbra Streisand, and it became his dream to have her perform one of his songs. On a particularly fortuitous day, Hamlisch played at a party for the movie producer Sam Spiegel and was immediately sent to Hollywood to write film scores. Our first song of the evening, Sunshine, Lollipops, and Rainbows, made its debut in the 1965 movie Ski Party. Hamlisch had played the song during a casual meeting with Quincy Jones, and Jones loved it so much that he put it in the movie. The Swimmer, starring Burt Lancaster in 1968, was Hamlisch's first complete film score. Throughout his career, he composed the scores for films such as Take the Money and Run, Koch, The Sting, The Spy Who Loved Me, Sophie's Choice, 3 Men and a Baby, Frankie and Johnny, Behind the Candelabra, Ice Castles, and the Oscar-winning The Way We Were. With this particular song, Hamlisch joined the League of the Greatest American Songwriters. He followed this #1 hit with other successes like Carly Simon's Nobody Does It Better from the movie The Spy Who Loved Me, and Through the Eyes of Love, better known as the theme from the movie Ice Castles. Made famous by singer-songwriter Melissa Manchester, the song greatly surpassed the success of the film. This afternoon, the Columbus Museum of Art's own Kim Garrison Hopcraft will be singing an arrangement of these iconic and recognizable melodies.
Memories like the corners of my mind, misty watercolored memories of the way we were. Can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line? If we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we? Could we? Please don't let this feeling end. It's everything I am and everything I long to be. I can see what's mine now, finding out what's true since I found you, looking through the eyes of love. And now I do believe that even in the storm we'll find some light, knowing you're beside me, I'm all right. Memories may be beautiful, and yet what's too painful to remember, we simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember whenever we remember the way we were, the way we were, the way we
Who Says You Can't Go Home Again? said Hamlisch when referring to his return to New York City to work on his most successful and enduring musical production, A Chorus Line. Hamlisch had many successes in film scoring, but his true passion was musical theater. In late 1973, Broadway director, choreographer, and friend Michael Bennett spoke with Hamlisch about a project he was working on, creating a musical focusing on the chorus. Not the stars, but the chorus. In the words of Raul Esparza, it was a show about the people who give and give and give and get nothing in return. A Chorus Line's premise was inspired by the true experiences of dancers Bennett knew from the industry, with whom he conducted taped interviews. The musical was born of these stories. Each actor would meet with Hamlisch, he would listen to their story, and then he would write their song. He created a theme for every individual. One day in rehearsal, said Hamlisch, Michael took a piece of chalk and he drew a line across the floor and said, "That is the line we are behind." And all of a sudden I said, "Aha, I got it." A Chorus Line received 21 curtain calls on opening night. The Tony Award for Best Musical, Best Book of a Musical, Best Leading Actress, Best Featured Actor, Best Featured Actress, Best Original Score, Best Director, Best Choreography, and Best Lighting Design. And it won the 1976 Pulitzer Prize for Drama. In 1984, the show became the longest-running musical in Broadway history and maintained that distinction for over a decade.
Daddy always thought that he married beneath him. That's what he said, that's what he said. When he proposed, he informed my mother he was probably her very last chance. And though she was 22, though she was 22, though she was 22, she married him. Now, life with my dad wasn't ever a picnic, more like a come as you are. When I was 5, I remember my mother dug earrings out of the car. I knew that they weren't hers, but it wasn't something you'd want to discuss. He wasn't warm. Well, not to her. Well, not to us. But everything was beautiful at the ballet. Graceful men lift lovely girls in white. Yes, everything was beautiful at the ballet. I was happy at the ballet. That's when I started class, up a steep and very narrow stairway, to the voice like a metronome.